Is this a fun way to make a romantic memory in a special place? Yes. Is it also a form of permanent littering? Also yes.
It is Sunday, June 9th, 2024, and on this week's edition of Sunday Sofa Time, we're talking about 2 travel trends that have gone a little bit too far. I'm Morgan from the very unofficial travel guides. Every week I post a travel vlog from some adventure around the world. Just a couple days ago, I shared our experience at the Spam Jam in Waikiki, Hawaii. Yes, it's a festival dedicated to spam. And every weekend I sit down here on the red sofa and talk about some travel related topic. This week, we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna go on a field trip. No permission slip necessary. There are 2 really popular travel trends that I encounter a lot on my travels that I think have just kind of gotten out of control. Neither one of them is necessarily bad for what it is. It's just the amount of people doing it now has become, in my opinion, too much. And for the first one, I'm gonna hop on my bike and we're gonna go for a little ride around my city. Let's go.
This bridge behind me on the Ulster Lake in Hamburg, Germany is a very popular place for love locks. And what is this tradition? The idea behind it is not bad at all. It's just one of these things that's kind of become too much. What you do is when you're in a city that you have some sort of special connection to, whether it's to the city itself, or maybe you got engaged there, maybe you met the person you love there, maybe you just had a fantastic vacation there. You buy a lock, you can get your names engraved on it, and then you lock it to a bridge like this one. You can see there's even some love locks down here too. And then you throw away the key, leaving this lock on the fence or on the bridge or on whatever as a symbol of your love and your connection to this city. Cute, it is cute, but it's just become too much. There are bridges here in Hamburg and in other cities where you can't even really see the bridge anymore. All you see is locks. And personally, I just kind of feel like it's an eyesore. I don't want to sound like a grumpy old man. Do I sound like a grumpy old man? Depending on who you ask, I am an old man. And if it was just like 1 or 2 locks, I don't think it would be a problem. But some bridges have so many locks that it actually creates structural damage to the bridge. And then they've had to remove all the locks and rebuild the railing in a way that will make it not possible for people to put locks on the bridge. Let's go to another place in the city where I know there's lots of love locks, and I want to show you, what it looks like there too. Welcome to the Hamburg City Hall. This castle-like structure behind me is the Hamburg City Hall, a pretty fascinating, beautiful building right smack dab in the middle of my city. And there is a very popular love lock destination just over here. Right next to the City Hall is this lock and dam that connects the lake in the middle of the city down here through the city. And if you continue down that way, you will end up in the river, Elbe. And as you can see, this is another very popular place for these locks. Is this a fun way to make a romantic memory in a special place? Yes. Is it also a form of permanent littering? Also yes. You can see some of these are very new, 2024, and some of them have been here since 2017, and I just feel like, okay, nice. And now, like, what are you gonna do with this after that? If you break up, do you come back here and take it away? Isn't there a better way to like commemorate your love for one another? Buy a necklace, buy a ring, buy a copy of my book, Getting Stitches on a Cruise Ship, available on Amazon now. Okay, one more stop on our little field trip here where I want to show you the locks are really out of control, and that's down in the harbor. Well, I spoke too soon. Here at the underground station for the harbor, it's called Landungsbrücken, and you can see there is a bridge right here. And actually, since the last time I've been here, they've removed all the locks and taken out the part of the bridge where it was possible to attach the locks to. You can see here, they changed the railing style, and now it's no longer possible to attach locks to there. But honestly, this bridge from there to there was full of locks. And I'm sure this was one of the cases where it just was too much weight. It was causing too much stress on the bridge, and I'm almost positive that that's why they removed it, because literally the whole thing was full of locks. All right, let's go back home, and I want to talk about the second thing that I think has gotten a little bit overboard. And I know some of you are not going to agree with me.
I'm back here at home now, and as mentioned for the second one, I think there's going to be a lot of people who disagree with me, and I just want to reiterate again, it's not that I think that this thing itself is bad, it's just become too much, and that is the cruise ship ducks. Wait, don't click away. Hear me out. This is a trend that was started apparently by one little girl a few years ago. She hid one duck on a cruise ship with a little note on it saying, if you find this duck, contact me, kind of like a message in a bottle in a way. The story has more details than that, but I'm shrinking it down to just that information. And nowadays, this has grown into a hugely popular trend. If you go on any of the major sort of family-focused cruise lines nowadays, I'm talking about Royal Caribbean, Carnival, NCL, etc., you will find on the ship little ducks. There are several Facebook groups and other social media platforms where when you find a duck, you're supposed to post that you found it, a picture of it, or a picture of you with the duck. You can then decide if you want to keep it or hide it again for somebody else. In a way, it's kind of similar to geocaching, but it's also different. I have never participated in this trend. In order to get a little inside look, I joined some of these Facebook groups where you post pictures of the ducks, and I just feel like it has gotten overboard because there's people in these groups saying, I'm gonna be on, insert the name of the ship here, this weekend, and I'm hiding 50 ducks. 50. Cruise ships have thousands of passengers on board. The Oasis classes of ships or the Icon of the Seas, they have like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 passengers on board. So imagine if 500, which is a small percentage of the passengers on board, but let's say 500 people are hiding 10 ducks apiece. That adds up to
5,000 ducks
on one cruise. Even if 500 people all only hide one duck, I kind of feel like nowadays it's not even special to find a duck because they're literally everywhere on the ships. On my most recent cruise on the Brilliance of the Seas, which we boarded in Honolulu, went around the islands and cruised back over to Vancouver. Videos of that coming very soon. There was one point where I was standing at the atrium of the ship, just kind of looking around, making some pictures, and I realized that from where I was standing, just in this one part of the ship, I could see 3 ducks. I don't know if somebody had just gone out and hid them, or if maybe the people who are into the ducks had already found so many ducks that they just thought,
let's just leave it there. We don't need any more ducks.
You know what I mean? Like, it's become something so different than what it originally was. And now people have started promoting their own websites on these ducks. They've started attaching business cards. It's become like a free form of advertisement for cruisers. And in my opinion, it's just gotten out of control. Just like the love locks, it's not a horrible thing. And if just 1 or 2 people do it and it's a special thing for just those 1 or 2 people, I think that's okay. But when thousands and thousands of people start to do it, then I don't know. It loses its specialty. And when you're on a ship and there's literally ducks everywhere, I just start to think, okay, well, what's the point? As always, I'm looking forward to hear what you have to say about these things and about my opinions on these things. Am I a grumpy old man? I'm not saying I think either of these things need to stop completely, and I don't necessarily have a solution for how to do it better, but I do feel like the love locks and the cruise ducks have gotten out of control, and it is definitely two things that I will not be participating in. Coming up this week on the Very Unofficial Travel Guides, you're gonna see how easy it is to take the bus from Waikiki to the cruise port for only $3. You don't need to spend $25 to $35 on an Uber or a cab. You can just take the bus and it's so easy. And in the next couple weeks, you're gonna see more and more of the ship and what we did while cruising around the Hawaiian Islands. So make sure you're subscribed to the Very Unofficial Travel Guides and check back here soon. Bye-bye.